What? Hey, did you know there are 3 things you can learn from the martial arts that could make you a better trader? In today's video, we're going to jump in and show you what those are so you can defeat the fear that's keeping you from being a great trader. Let's go. Martial art mindsets and mastery. I actually came across this concept, the Shu-Ha-Ri concept. Shu-Ha-Ri is a concept from martial arts, and it's a Japanese word. It's a Japanese word and it enhances the 4 stages that we just talked about, because it's about developing self-awareness, but also about developing discipline. And the first word is shu, which means obey. And this corresponds to the conscious incompetence side, or the incompetence side. Conscious incompetence, it's basically understanding that, hey, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to do what the master trader tells me to do. And oftentimes, this is a place that there is no time frame to get out of this. It's like martial arts, what's the time frame to go from a white belt to a brown belt or to a black belt or whatever kind of belt? Everybody has their own timing to get there. But when you're sitting there with your white belt, what are you doing? You're practicing the basics over and over and over again. You're getting in your reps. And so oftentimes what happens, and I'll say this once I get there, but I'm not there yet, ha means to detached. You have developed enough of a presence and also an understanding and practice of the process that now you can start to innovate just a little bit. You're still following it, but you have a little bit more intuition about it. It's basically now you're able to call an audible for yourself and say, okay, yeah, this is what I want to do. And then Ri, which means that you have mastered, and now, if you want to, you can create your own style. Sadly, I see too many traders start here. They start here with basically not a stinking clue about the system. I always love it when somebody comes on board and they've been a member for 10 minutes, and they immediately send me an email that says, oh, and by the way, and here's how you can fix and improve your system. And I go, well, how can you make that statement if you don't even know the system? But they get stuck here. And oftentimes they won't go through this point or this point. And this is the person, guess what mountain he's stuck on? He's stuck on Mount Stupid, okay? And will continue to be on Mount Stupid because they think they know more than they actually know. I've been working with this for a while, and I'm just there going, that's amazing. So also one of the things that is leading me to, over the next 3 months, we're going to be implementing a new selection process for people coming into AutoPilot trading, where there's going to be a questionnaire. And if the person is not willing to go through the 90-day flight path to profits, they don't get in. In other words, they don't become premium members because, one, I don't have time personally. And then secondly, now that we've launched the Discord channel, you don't have time personally to mess with somebody who doesn't want to spend the time to learn. Put in the reps, put in the hard work. So just wanted to let you know that that's where it's going. It takes a long time to get there. I think that by knowing these things and starting to apply them, you can accelerate your learning process. However, there's no replacement for the reps, the trading reps you need to be practicing. Lee Trevino, some of you may know who Lee Trevino was. He is a golfer, tremendous golfer. And he said that he would go to the practice range and hit like 10,000 practice shots over a month's period of time to try to perfect one type of shape of the shot. So the ball would do exactly what he wanted to do. 10,000 reps. Enhancing mastery through structured learning. That's exactly what we've been doing. So let's get into Shu. Shu is basically you follow the rules and learn the basics. It's where you develop the discipline and also the tradition. Did you know that on all the investigation, all the research I did as I was putting together the AutoPilot trading system, I went and I cherry-picked what I thought was the best of several different swing trading systems and left out the parts that I felt that didn't work really well, okay? Such as take your profits of 5% and just get out so quickly and get a lot of whipsaw and that kind of stuff. We left that junk out. And so I left in only the things that I thought made it more clear and more simple for people to apply. Why? Is because I recognized that what I wanted when I was working full time is I wanted something that was easy to apply that didn't take me all day on a Saturday to go through my stock charts to figure out whether I wanted to trade it or not. And I think we've done a pretty darn good job of doing that. We'll continue to improve on that. So it's our foundational skills. Hot is just fun to say. Okay. Ha is where you can finally break away from a little bit of the rigid structures, not totally, but you are basically beginning to develop a better understanding of the principles. It's where you understand, well, why does the 8-period moving average work the way it works? And you start kind of having this sense of, oh, okay, it works because other traders are watching the same moving average, and therefore what we're seeing happen on the chart is actually just a self-fulfilling prophecy because of the magnitude of other people who are watching the same thing. We're just being proactive in setting up our trades and our orders to take advantage of human nature. They say with martial arts, a lot of it is in if you can get an opponent's weight going with you, once his or her weight is going with you, it makes the throws easier. And so that's what we're discovering with what we're doing. Then, you may start going through some innovation and adaptation, and enough now to start testing out a few things. And so this stage fosters a deeper understanding and the beginning of intuitive application. And then read. In this stage, you achieve mastery. You create your own unique approach. You're acting intuitively and creatively. Now, notice those two words do not mean impulsive and compulsively, okay? Basically, when I say intuitively and creatively, you can go back and say, okay, how can I build on to what I've already learned and maintain the integrity of the structure, which is the rules, okay? I can basically take this and go, okay, rather than a 5% stop loss maximum, I'm going to expand it to a 7.5% stop loss. But to do that, I still want to maintain my 2-to-1 reward risk ratio. So that means I want to start taking profit at 15%. I make that adjustment, and then our next phase, we'll see what we do with that. But that's the process that from what you've seen, from watching hundreds of charts for this time and hopefully doing hundreds of trades, that, okay, this should work, but let's give it a try. That's what I'm talking about. Develop your own unique approach. And sometimes to become a master, it takes a while. It takes repeated and multiple reps. It takes sometimes years. It's one of those things, like, to become a master is basically to survive the art of mastering. Does that make sense? Survive the art of mastering, because that's really where I'm at with my trading. I'm still mastering things all the time. Hey guys, if you like the tips from this video, well, you're gonna love what I show you in my book, Trade Your Way to Freedom. I'll put the link on there. I tell you all my secrets right here. Aloha.